Hey guys, it is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. We are happy to welcome to the family TikTok as we're starting to stream to them starting tonight, December 19th, 2024. You guys have been asking for it. Well, we're here. This is the show, Inspirations for Your Life, where we talk about all those things to improve the quality of your life. I hope that you will enjoy tonight's show as well as every show that we produce right here on Inspirations for Your Life. This is the time I ask you guys to go to the kitchen and get something warm, delicious, cold, whether it's healthy, whether it's not healthy, doesn't really matter. Just go ahead and get it and come on back so we can kick off this amazing, amazing show. All right, guys. Welcome everyone to the Inspirations for Your Life podcast. In tonight's episode, I'm going to dive very deep into three profound themes that are going to touch every aspect of your life, from relationships, ambitions, to the way you connect with the world around you. Together, I'm going to help you explore appreciating teamwork, where we unlock the secrets of building and sustaining strong collaborative environments that spark innovation and achieve incredible results. We'll also talk about celebrating milestones, a heartfelt look at how recognizing progress, both big and small, helps us appreciate the journey and inspires us to aim higher, and cultural exchange, an enlightening journey into how embracing diversity and learning from others creates a more compassionate and connected world. Join me every single day or evening, depending on when we do the show. We do it all different times so that you know, but we do it every day. And if I'm running behind or if things are busy, I always promise to get the show out before my head hits the pillow, especially if I'm traveling. That could be in the wee hours in the morning, but I always get the show out before I go to sleep. So you can be rest assured of that. It's like clockwork with me. And by the way, I'll tell you the series we're on the show in just a moment. But before I do that, I want to just let you know, ladies and gentlemen, that we are in our third season. And this is show 51. And this whole master topic week is all about the power of celebration. The power of celebration. It's something that is really, really amazing. So, cultural exchange and enlightening journey into how embracing diversity and learning how embracing that creates a more compassionate and connected world. And you can join me to learn more all the time and see all the great content we have here. I'll give you real world examples to inspire you to lead a more engaging life that's fulfilling, that's impactful to not only you, but so many people in your life. So let's embark on this exciting journey together. All right. So now that you know a little bit about what we're going to cover, tonight's show has a very good granular topic. So we always have a master topic. For those of you new on TikTok, we have a master topic every single week. And then basically every night, we have a granular topic. Tonight's granular topic is Together We Shine, Teamwork, Triumphs, and Global Connection, Series 3, Show 51, Episode number 5. So the way it works, ladies and gentlemen, is every single week, starting on Saturday, we have a brand new master topic. That is a brand new master topic. And with that brand new master topic, we have granular topics every single day or night. So definitely want to check that out, everyone. I think you're going to find it pretty amazing. And I hope that you will not only choose to watch this stuff, but you'll choose to make this a part of your life. I think that's really the most important thing that I want to share with everyone here. So welcome, everyone, to the show. You can always watch episodes that you may have missed, or if you'd like to recap, because there's a lot of powerful nuggets here, ladies and gentlemen. So let's start with the very first thing. The first thing is appreciating teamwork. So what is a team? Well, that's a great question. Team is more than just me. Team is when we have another person. Okay. Um, and I think a lot of people negate that. And so, how does that work? Well, it's really simple. Um, it's simple because once you do this, all right, you'll recognize what happens. You'll recognize the fact that team is very, very, very powerful. Okay. I mean, it's really, really powerful. And so, if we think about this for a moment, um, you can understand this. And I think hopefully you'll be able to realize that it's more than just, one time, right? It's got a lot of potential. Okay. I mean, a lot of potential. And so, because there's a lot of potential, I think maybe you'll start to realize that it comes down to very, 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 very popular. And very popular because a team can do so much for you. But again, it starts out with the fact that you are someone that appreciates team. All right. So when we think about a team for a moment, when whether we're talking about basketball or we're talking about football or we're talking about any kind of game, we are talking about the fact that we are better when we have another to help us. Once a wise person once told me, John, one is none, two is good, and three is better. It was talking about that in terms of emergency response because I'm a first responder. But when we think about a team helps us to pick up our weaknesses, wherever those are. Maybe they are parts of us that need help, and so a team can fill in those gaps, and you can fill in those gaps for the people that may have weaknesses, right? So appreciating a team, appreciating teamwork. At the heart of every great success, you ready, ladies and gentlemen? It's teamwork. The ability of individuals to come together to share their own unique talents and, okay, very, very important, collaborate toward a shared vision. Now, this segment is diving into how teamwork fosters creativity, problem solving, efficiency, discovering practical strategies to build trust, improve communication, and nurture a sense of belonging within your team. So, also exploring the importance of celebrating individual contributions while focusing on collective growth. Whether you're leading a group or contributing as a member, appreciating teamwork can transform any challenge into an opportunity for growth and achievement. So, let's talk about one. Maybe you have a challenge at work and you're not able to get through it. Well, when you realize you've got a team, okay, it makes it so much easier because it's supportive. How about if you go work out? When you work out yourself, sometimes that can be boring, right? Until you're really motivated. When you're working out with someone else, that person, that whole concept of, hey, we're working out together, that motivates you, right? And it makes you want to stop procrastinating and, meet your friend and work out. And like I said, whether you're leading a group or contributing as a member, teamwork is about an appreciation. It's about that I'm better than you or he's better than me or she's better than me. It's not about that. It's about how we come together collectively, all right, as a unit to form unity with our diversities in different areas, whether that's age, religion, orientation, color, creed, whatever it is, we all come together in a melting pot. And I think that's a very, very important thing. So, the next thing I want to talk about is celebrating milestones. So, we've been talking about celebrating because, ladies and gentlemen, that's what this whole thing is. This is all about celebrating. All week, we are talking about celebrating. And so, if we think about celebrating just right now, I think the biggest thing that you're probably going to understand is that it is something that most people don't realize. They don't realize it because they don't understand that celebration is what can propel us forward. All right. Celebration can propel us forward every single day of our lives. All right. So when we think about a celebration, um, life's milestones, big or small, these are the moments that define our journey and give us reasons to celebrate. Okay. And in this part of the show, I want to discuss the importance of pausing to acknowledge achievements. Um, what happens, and of course, reflect on them in the effort to how we got there. So when we think about achievements, right? Achievements sometimes, we're trying to get to the thing, and I'll use the example that I used in another lesson I had the other day, and it was about, you can't build the 10-foot cake right away. Why? Because the 10-foot cake cannot be made until you first know how to build a 1-inch cake or a 2-inch cake. And then once you know how to build a 2-inch cake, maybe you can jump up and build a 6-inch cake. And then maybe you can build a 12-inch cake, which is a foot, right? And then after you get a foot, maybe you can move to a 2-foot, a 3-foot, and maybe you'll jump to a 3. But there's more logistics that go into building a cake. And I don't just mean the ingredients and how you're going to measure it and how you're going to cook it, but how are you even going to, serve a cake that's this big, right? And so it sounds like something funny, but it's something important, right? We can't be president until maybe we were vice president. We can't be the owner of a company until we've at least learned how a company operates, right? Because if we don't have those lessons, it can make things hard for us. So, thinking about this, and I said a big or a small, doesn't matter. We have to celebrate every moment, pause and celebrate it. So, whether it's a career goal or promise, or it's a personal triumph to an everyday victory, celebrating a milestone helps us build confidence, strengthen relationships, and inspire future successes. Now, I'm going to dive into creative ways to honor your accomplishments, fostering a culture of recognition and using these moments as motivation for continuous growth. Remember that every step forward deserves its moment in the spotlight. So when we think about how we can celebrate something, maybe you are working on a project. It could be a project, it could be reading a book. And you might say, gee, you know what? When I get done with this book, I'm going to take myself out to dinner. Now, yes, you could take yourself out to dinner anytime, but this is going to be like your reward. What I found is that when you celebrate these small little, let's say, epiphanies, you raise the dopamine in your brain, and this gives you a natural high that makes you want to go forward. And with going forward, it really empowers us to be pretty amazing. All right. I mean, really amazing. So, thinking about this and thinking about the fact that culture, okay, and every step forward, it's about a moment in the spotlight. All right. What do you do to celebrate? If something went well for you, do you, go out to dinner? Do you treat yourself to a movie? Do you go to a show? Do you buy yourself something? So let's talk about this for a moment, 'cause I think this is a really, really key point. How do we celebrate our own, let's say, goals or victories? How do we celebrate those or our promises? So there's a lot of ways to celebrate. Okay. One way to celebrate is to pop the champagne. Maybe you go out with drinks with friends, get a fancy milkshake, try a new coffee or a latte, right? Maybe you treat yourself, like I said, to a nice dinner. You bake yourself a cake. Maybe you have some ice cream. Maybe you have breakfast in bed. Maybe you try a new restaurant. Maybe you treat yourself to a dessert bar. Maybe you get yourself a day out, like at a spa or something. Maybe you buy a new book to read. Maybe you throw a party. Maybe you dance and don't care that anyone's watching. You just kind of have a great time. Maybe you go on a road trip. Maybe you get a confetti gun and you just have at it with that gun to just party with it, right? Maybe you get a party bus with your friends. Maybe you celebrate by doing something special, like you take the day off work. You wear an outfit that makes you feel really confident. You spruce up your home or your office. You have a you day, which is just all about you. You enjoy all your favorite things at once. You have a staycation. You're at home and you just enjoy. You go on a hike. Um, you know, so that's a lot of things you could do, right? You can celebrate by reflecting. You can write a letter to yourself to read at a later date. You could tell your friends about it. You could post about something on social media. You could send thank you cards to someone who helped you succeed. You could share how you achieved your promises to help others. You could print out your achievements and hang it on the wall. You can get a t-shirt made with the promise that you have achieved. You can make a celebration playlist and listen whenever you actually crush those promises or goals. You can hang your own congratulations banner. You can light sparklers. You can do a photo shoot. You can create a video. You can get a custom trophy made. There's so many things that you can actually do in your life. All I'm telling you to do is take that moment and just reward yourself. Give yourself that time out to reflect and enjoy life. When you do, and when you show others that you are worthy, people are going to see you as worthy and they're going to reflect on you more. And they're going to respect on you more. I think that's a really, really important thing. Whether we're talking about one topic here or we're talking about a whole plethora of things like we do for the week, I think it's about really being present in the moment. Being present in the moment is not something that's hard, but I'll be honest with you, it's something that takes practice. It takes practice, and if you don't understand that it takes practice, you are probably going to just be spinning in circles or doing like many of those autonomous vehicles are doing. They were going in endless loops, right? Because they got into a software glitch. So I think, taking that time just to sit back and to say, hey, wow, look what I accomplished, right? Have you ever done that? Just sit back and say, wow, like, look what I've done this year, right? And if I had to do that for a moment, I would say I'm very grateful for being alive. I'm always grateful every day. I'm grateful for the clients I have. I'm grateful for my parents. I'm grateful for my clothes. I'm grateful for being able to have my podcast. And I'm really grateful today for being able to be accepted to broadcast on TikTok. That was a new milestone that I'm celebrating. And so I think when I can get my content to reach more people, more different types of audiences, that fuels me. That makes me really, really happy. And I've told you guys this before. I live for two reasons: to become a better version of myself and help others become better versions of themselves. That's the reason that I live. Now, you might say, John, that's nuts. Oh, it's not nuts. It's what fuels me. Okay? It fuels me. And this allows me to drive even deeper. So take some time and celebrate. Oh, what else can I celebrate? Getting into a graduate program right now. So when you start to take small steps towards something, when I first was researching getting into a graduate program, I'm like, oh my gosh, this seems so complicated. And then when I finally finished the application and got it through, it was like, oh wow, I've done this. So I think a lot of times we psych ourselves out because we hear what somebody else said. But a lot of times it's much easier than what people say. The worry always makes things worse than what they are, right? That's important to understand that. And when we can understand that it's our thoughts that bring about reality, that's when our life's going to change, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Dwayne Dyer, rest his soul, said something which he learned from Patanjali's, which was his uh, mentor. And he said, when we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. Let me say that again. When we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. Now, that's a pretty wild thing, if you ask me. When we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. So, what he was really saying is that our perspectives create reality. Our perceptions create reality. Nightingale Conant said this. We become what we think about most often. And that leads me to the last point I want to talk about tonight. And every night we've been talking about three different things having to do with celebrations. Cultural exchange. The world is a rich tapestry of diverse traditions, perspectives, and experiences. And so exploring how cultural exchanges can transform the way we think, learn, and connect with others is priceless. Whether it's through travel, shared meals, artistic collaborations, or meaningful conversations, cultural exchanges open the door to greater understanding of ourselves and others and help us form mutual respect. So, uncovering there are many ways, okay, to embrace diversity, creativity, and strengthening relationships and building bridges across communities. By valuing cultural exchanges, we not only enrich our own lives, but we also contribute to a more inclusive, compassionate, and unified world. Now, one thing I want to share with you is many years ago, I had made a new friend, and he was talking to me about one of his favorite pastimes, which was going skeet shooting. And he's like, "Oh, John," he says, "we should go sometime." I said, "I don't know what I'm doing." He's like, "Oh, it's not." He's like, "I'll teach you." And the first time I went skeet shooting with him, it was like, oh, nerve wracking. So those who don't know skeet shooting, it's a clay pigeon, which is basically a disc made of clay. They call it a clay pigeon. And so what happens is you yell pull. You have the gun, and you yell pull. And when you yell pull, that's when he pulls the line and pull, and then you're ready to fire. Okay. And so that's a very, very important thing. And so the first time I did it, I forget how many I shot. It was 25 or 30. I think I only shot like one, which was terrible. But then as I did it the second time, I actually did 1 out of 10, and now I've done a lot better. But my point is that that friend helped open up a curiosity to me, something that I didn't even know that I could be good at, which is to do skeet shooting. And so other people in your lives, if you allow them, will present things to you, new experiences, new challenges, but you'll both learn from them. And what this also does is it helps build a stronger bond between you and that person, whether it's platonic or non platonic, doesn't really matter. So, cultural diversities, right? You could learn about the food, you could learn about the different culture, right? And what they do for the holidays, right? As opposed to like, Christmas, Kwanzaa, like what's the differences, right? And having a conversation, but being genuinely interested. This is something that Dale Carnegie said a long time ago. We have to strive to become genuinely interested in the other person. When we do this, do you know what happens? They become interested in us. Let me say that again. When we become genuinely interested in another person for no other reason than the genuine interest of curiosity, they become interested in us. Too many people, salespeople and other people, they are trying to become interested in you because they're trying to what? Manipulate you. That's not good. And so when they manipulate you, it's like they've won and you've lost. So when somebody is genuine, you can tell they're genuine, can't you? Sure you can. When someone asks you questions and it doesn't feel like, you're at interrogation, they're genuinely interested. Have you ever gone to a networking event and somebody's firing, like the 21 questions? Oh, okay. So where do you work? Oh, so what do you do? What college did you go to? It's like, what am I on the third degree here? You know, you start firing questions. So then if you ask a question like, maybe you learn about their field and say, hey, gee, oh, so what got you in that field? So that could be a little sharp. So you could say something to them like, gee, Mark, just so I understand you better, what was it that got you into that field? So we have to soften things. When we soften things, people realize that we're being genuine. So how do you be genuine? It's simple. You want to become interested in what they have to say. So when they're telling a story, you're not trying to figure out what you're going to respond to. Don't worry about what you're going to respond to. All right. That's probably the most important thing I can tell you. Ladies and gentlemen, you know who I am by now. I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It's always such a privilege, pleasure, and honor to be with you here on Inspirations for Your Life. Do share all this out. Be sure to give me some great content. And ladies and gentlemen, I've got to tell you, this is an amazing time. And I hope that as you watch the show, and I hope our new, TikTok people that are actually watching us, I hope that they'll realize that this content's amazing. Whether you're watching my short form content or my long form content, it's amazing because you can take this stuff, ladies and gentlemen, and you can apply it to your life like that, and you can notice changes. That, my friends, is powerful. But I can't make you drink the water. You've got to want to drink the water. I can lead you to it. I can entice you to it. But what I can't do is I can't make you drink it, and I wouldn't want to. I hope you enjoyed this very first show on TikTok, and we look forward to having many more. Have a great night, everyone.